New York City has an extensive subway network, with a total of 472 stations, 665 miles of railroad track, with 28 services. However, if you look at the subway map of New York City, you will notice a pattern. Most lines in New York City goes to one place, Manhattan. That is because the New York City subway was designed with the primary goal of connecting the outer boroughs with the city center. However, this creates a problem. Let's say you want to travel from Flushing to the Rockaways. Both in Queens, you would either have to take a bus or have to detour if you're using the subway. This Manhattan-centric subway design has made it inconvenient to travel between the outer boroughs. New York City is not the exception. If you look at the transit system of other US cities, you would find a similar pattern, where most of the lines merge at the urban core and go out towards the suburbs of the city. These lines are known as radial lines and majorly serve the purpose of connecting the city center with the outskirts of the city. This type of network design made sense when people were mainly traveling between the suburbs and the city center. However, studies have shown that more trips are now made between points that is both outside of the city core. Take Roselle, Illinois as example. Roselle is a suburb with low-density housing and commerce 29 miles west of Chicago. It is served by the Metra commuter rail that can take you into downtown Chicago within an hour. However, the average trip here is 9 miles, mostly to a suburban job center. While it is a 20-minute drive, time will triple with public transit, and it is extremely dangerous to walk or bike between these two places. So it's not hard to understand why most residents here choose to drive. In Boston, a similar pattern is found. These trips are typically between a regional urban center outside of downtown Boston and the suburbs nearby, and it's found that these trips are mostly done by automobiles. While radial lines are still crucial to a city's transit network, these trending travel patterns show the need of another type of transit line: ring lines. Ring lines are seen in many cities around the world. They typically form a loop around the city center. The type of ring line I am trying to propose, however, will more likely be an unfinished circle that connects major points near the edge or outside the city center. It reduces the need of driving to make these trips. In fact, many cities around the US have started to be aware of their transit network lack of ring connections. New York City has been pushing for the Interborough Express, a light rail line that will connect Brooklyn and Queens using the former LR Bay Ridge branch. Queens Link, also known as the reactivation of the LR Rockaway Beach branch, despite not a ring line, will be a direct north-south connection within Queens, which will avoid detours for trips between many places. A light rail known as the Purple Line is linking suburbs in Maryland, just outside of Washington, D.C. These transit lines create a direct link between the outer boroughs or suburbs of a city. As more travel does not involve the city center, ring lines will allow trips that were hard on transit before to be convenient, thus increasing transit use. Do you think our city needs these ring lines? Share your thoughts with me in the comments. Thanks for watching and see you in my next video.